Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be cooking a stunning eggs Benedict. Perfect béarnaise, beautiful plump duck egg, crispy bacon, sautéed spinach, toasted muffin in the bacon fat. Let's get it. English muffin, good heavens, bloody English. First things first, reduction. Now when you're cooking a béarnaise, it's all about the vinegar reduction that you use. The building blocks of flavour, sweetness from the onion and the garlic, the aromats from the thyme, the parsley and the dill. Some beautiful vinegar in there, reduced down, and that's going to give that acidic hit to the first part of that béarnaise. So water in your pan, and you're going to hit it with a good amount of white vinegar. Slice your onion, straight in the pan. A couple of cloves of crushed garlic. Now our aromats, we're going to hit it with dill, parsley and thyme. Good pinch of pepper, and bring that up to the boil. So the order in which you cook this Benedict, you always sort out your béarnaise first. It's the hardest thing to do, and it demands the most amount of your focus to make sure the reduction is properly flavoured, to make sure the eggs are beautifully cooked to the sablon stage, and for the butter to be really nicely emulsified. It takes all your focus and all your time and dedication. So while that's reducing, we're just going to cut our muffins up. You want to take a good quality hoofing English muffin. There's muffin I like more than cutting these in half. Good God, old boy. We're using shop brought today. If you want me to show you how to make these muffins, we'll do a recipe. I want at least 10 comments in the comment section, and we'll do a recipe on muffins. Take your muffin onto the board, just cut the thing in half. So now the reduction's pretty much reduced, we're going to strain it off. You're looking for the smell. This is going to get more and more acidic as the water reduces. All the flavour's going to get captured by that water from the onion, the garlic, the thyme, the dill and the parsley, the black pepper. It's going to reduce down into the water and then concentrate its way through into the vinegar. So when we've got a semi-dry pan, and taste it, tray acidic, then what you want to do is just take that off the heat and pour that through your sieve. So what you're left with is this stunning, rich, reduced aromatic vinegar. Technically it's not a béarnaise, it's a hollandaise with herbs. If it was a béarnaise, it would have tarragon. We're not using tarragon today. Now if you wanted to make a hollandaise, it would be the same thing exactly as we're doing, just without the chopped herbs at the end. The chopped herbs, they bring a little bit of freshness, they bring vibrancy, they bring colour, which is just what you want in the morning to get you out of bed. So we've got 4 normal eggs, medium size. We're going to crack them into the bowl. Voila. Now separating eggs, some people use the shells, I use my hands. I go in there, scoop the yolk out, and then pass the rest of the white through your fingers. Your hands are washed, and it's a feeling, man. It's nice. Dipping your hand into raw egg. What's better? Water's boiling. Turn that down to a simmer. Our egg yolks are in the bowl. We're gonna add the vinegar reduction, and also a touch of water. Stick a pan on and quickly melt some butter. So you've got your vinegar reduction done, controlled, finished. You've got your water hot, your butter's just melted, and then we're ready to cook. We're gonna whisk the eggs up to a sablon stage. Pan on, metal bowl, straight on top. And you whisk. Now you've got to constantly whisk this as fast as you can. And you want to cover the complete surface area of that bowl with the whisk. Let no part of the bowl go untouched. And as the egg cooks, it gets foamy. It gets foamy and it sticks to the whisk. Now your bowl is going to get hot. It will get hot because there's a load of steam underneath it. If it does get a bit hot and the outside starts to overcook, then what you want to do is just take that off of the heat and control the heat in your bowl. Be in control of the heat. Don't let the heat control you, whatever you do. So now we've got to this beautiful ribbon stage where you pick up the egg and drop it back down onto the rest of the sablon in the bowl. You can see the ribbons. You want to gradually add your hot butter as you whisk and emulsify those two fats together. And this isn't a lot that you're adding, it's rumours, whispers of butter that you're adding at a time as you whisk and emulsify those two fats together. It's done. So now we've got the egg and the butter emulsified with that hit of punchy aromatic vinegar. You want to keep that in a warm place as you add the rest of the flavour in. We're going to go with fresh herbs, chives, parsley, and a good amount of dill. Now you can be as rustic or as fine as you like with this bit. I'm just going to scrunch up the herbs and run the knife through them. Now when you roll up herbs and put your knife through it, it's called chiffonade, and it actually comes from an old tobacco making technique. All your herbs straight in. And we want the zest and juice of half a lemon. Now when I cut my lemons, I like to cut them into cheeks, and you're basically taking off a side of the lemon without interfering with the seeds. So I take a cheek off and I add 1 cheek of lemon into the béarnaise. Good pinch of S&P. So when this is all done, your lemon juice, your lemon zest, all your herbs, your salt and pepper is in there, you give it a good mix. It's like just goodness, man. It's emulsified, it's shiny, it's great to look at, it smells great, the flavour's great. It's magnificent. And you want that sort of luxurious, glossy, velvety emulsification from the butter and the egg. That's when you know you've got a good béarnaise. You can never find the end of these. Now when you put cling film over the top of something, onto the surface of something, it's called a cartouche. You can do it with purees, milk, custard, it could be anything. It basically stops it forming a skin. So I get the cling film out onto the board, double it over very rustically, and then just pop it onto the surface of that béarnaise. Bacon, heavy bottom pan, onto your induction, bring that up to a medium heat. Why do you need a heavy bottom pan? Because you want an even area of heat. You want an even application of heat onto the bacon. It sounds a bit over the top, but this is going to make your bacon seriously crispy, seriously crunchy, and beautifully evenly caramelized. So a pan at medium heat, we're going to go oil in. And you get your bacon, just lay it away from you. It's going to slowly sizzle, slowly caramelize away until you get a beautiful golden brown, crispy pan of bacon. Common misconception with crispy bacon is you need to do it fast. Get your pan really hot. It's not true. You want a beautiful, low, rolling sizzle. A happy sound, a happy sizzle. When you have the happy sizzle, it means that bacon is warming up at an even temperature. There's no burnt bits and flabby bits. What you get is an even, crisp, golden brown piece of bacon. And that comes from slow caramelization. You want to flip these every 2 minutes. So now the bacon's golden brown, stunning and crispy. We're going to put that onto our draining tray. We toast our muffins. And that's going to pick up all the beautiful sweetness from that bacon, that caramelized bacon fat. It's going to go straight into the muffin, so we're not losing any flavor. There's nothing like muffins toasting in fat. You can smell it, you can see it, you can hear it. The caramelization of that bacon fat going straight into the muffin. And there's muffin batter. So now the muffins are beautiful and golden brown. We're going to take those out, stack them up, and put them to one side. We're going to slice up a clove of garlic. So you've got the garlic in there, the spinach in there, a little touch of water. We're adding the water to hot fat, which means what? A mess. We're going to have our lid on hand to go straight on top of the pan to capture all that spitting fat, steam the spinach, and impair that roasted bacon flavour into it. It's a good way of cooking it, but you've got to be quick. Spinach in. Lid on. And you can hear it rumbling, rolling. And that water is coming out of the spinach, evaporating, steaming the rest of it, and we're keeping all the fat and all the dangerous bits at bay by putting a lid on top straight away. Count to 5 yet? It's off, it's done. It's done. Lid off, and the spinach comes straight out. And that's it, beautiful, vibrant, perfectly cooked, still got its integrity. You haven't washed all the nutrients down the sink with a big pan of boiling water. How spinach should be cooked. Stick a pan of water on for poaching the eggs, and we're nearly done. Look at the size of that spider. Now we've got a pan of boiling water, and we're going to be poaching these duck eggs. These hoofing great duck eggs. These are probably going to take about 40 to 50 seconds to poach. The reason we add vinegar to the water is to set the albumin in the egg white, and that basically forms the shape. It keeps the shape nice and natural, so you don't end up with a egg that looks like it's been kicked about in the pan. Vinegar in. So it's beautifully hot, it's bubbling from the bottom, it's spinning in a vortex. We take our really fresh duck egg and we crack it straight in, just off center. We call it a poach egg because we poach the eggs. We don't boil them. So you don't want your water aggressively bubbling around. It will misshape the egg, overcook the outside and leave the inside raw and flabby. What we want to do is poach it just under simmering. It sets the egg and then cooks it beautifully from the outside, leaving the yolk lovely and runny. Now we're going to go gently in with our spider. You just want to scoop the egg from the bottom and lift it out. You're going to get all these gnarly bits on the side of the egg, but it's okay, we can deal with those in a minute. Now to check your eggs are properly poached, you just want to give them a little pinch. They need to be firm on the outside and soft in the inside. That means you get a beautiful runny yolk. A little bit of salt and a good pinch of pepper. Now we're ready to plate. Bacon fat toasted English muffin, garlic sauteed spinach, crispy streaky bacon, and a beautifully poached duck egg. Crowned in the smother of all smothers of this luxurious, perfectly emulsified béarnaise sauce. Let's check the egg. We got a winner! Do you suffer from dry herbs in the back of your fridge or sweaty mouldy herbs in the packet that the supermarket gave them to you in? Well, fear not, because with one piece of wet jade cloth, you can keep your herbs beautifully fresh for days on end. Just damp your jade cloth and roll your herbs up in a little comfy blanket to keep them fresh, moist, and good enough to eat. Going to have fun today, whether you like it or not. River of sunshine on my Benedict.